Hello, impressive human beings, and welcome to Live Your Impressivity TV show. Today I want to share with you a couple of prompts for journaling when you feel that anxiety is really taking over. Because especially during these times when we are staying at home, it's really normal to feel anxiety. It's normal to feel that uncertainty and not knowing what is coming next is going to impact us, and anxiety can be our day-to-day friend or enemy. But I encourage you to not see it as an enemy and instead make it your friend and say thank you every time that it shows up for you. So keep watching because I'm going to share with you a few journaling prompts that you can use whenever you feel anxiety popping up. Also, don't forget to like this video, share it with anyone that you feel might be of use to, and subscribe to the channel because I'm sharing with you new content every Tuesday, and I want to make sure that you feel supported, especially during these times. So before we start with the journaling prompts, I want to make sure that you understand and recognize when anxiety kicks in. Because what is anxiety? Well, it's actually the feeling of worry and exaggerated panic and worry about the future. When we start to think about what is coming next, we feel fear. We feel maybe that something really bad is going to happen, and that triggers our anxiety. We can feel it in our body in very different ways. We can feel our heartbeat faster, we can feel tightness in our heart, or maybe we can't swallow, or maybe the pit of our stomach feels really tight. There are many ways in which our body can react to anxiety because it actually triggers the fight or flight response. Therefore, your rush of adrenaline through your body makes everything be a lot more different than your normal state. So when you feel that anxiety is kicking in and maybe you don't really know where it comes from, you just need to welcome it. Instead of pushing it aside and trying to just get distracted and keep going with whatever you're doing, try to take a step back and be present with your anxiety. Is it maybe something that you were thinking about in regards to the future? Maybe you were thinking about the negative scenario that might happen. Maybe it was a conversation. Maybe it was something that really took you to a very deep diving into dark corner of your soul. And what happens is that most of the times, if we don't look at this thought that triggered our anxiety, we tend to spiral down and it becomes bigger and bigger, and it can really feel overwhelming. So make sure that when anxiety kicks in, you recognize it, and you can exercise with your breathing to reduce your heartbeat and to reduce your physical symptoms. And then you sit down and get a pen and paper, and you can start to journal with these next 3 prompts that I'm going to share with you in order to overcome the episode of anxiety. So let's see the process of journaling to overcome anxiety in these 3 journaling prompts. The first exercise in the journey of the journaling prompts for healing anxiety is about being aware, because the first step to healing is, first of all, to acknowledge and understand what is triggering your anxiety. So make sure that you have your pen and paper next to you and that you write for 5 minutes, starting with the prompt, right now, I feel worried about. It's important that you keep writing for 5 minutes because this way you can explore not only what's on the surface, but also the thoughts and fears that come up when you start exploring deeper. This is why you need at least 5 minutes to go through this. So you can set a timer, or you can just make sure that you keep writing until everything that was on your mind is really now onto paper. Once you understand what you are worried about and what are the negative scenarios that are playing in your mind, you can now focus in the second exercise to understand your body. See how anxiety is really manifesting in your body, whether it's sore muscles or fast heartbeat. Really look at all the aspects of your body where you feel tightness or where anxiety is really taking over, because this is another way to become aware and to really stay in the present moment. Mindfulness is really, really the one that grounds you and that helps you in going through your anxiety episode. So, write for 5 minutes in your notebook or your journal, starting with the prompt: my worries manifest in my body through. The third step of the journaling prompts for healing anxiety is really about making a choice and shifting your perspective. This way, you understand that you are the one who has the control and that you can make a different choice in the moment. And first of all, you need to become aware, and only then you can choose differently. So you can start writing with the prompt of gratitude, saying thank you. So please get your pen and paper and start with thank you, worries and fear, for protecting me from. Being grateful even to our negative emotions is helping us to be more kind to ourselves, to be more compassionate, and to see that your fears are not really something bad all the time. They show up because they want to protect you and they want to make sure that you are not feeling that you are out of control. However, once you explore this in a paragraph of writing, you can now take your power back. And with this prompt, you want to keep writing for 5 minutes, starting with: instead of fear, in this moment, I choose to. Making choices and decisions from a different place of love, of gratitude, of joy is really going to shift the way that you react. When you choose from fear, when you make decisions out of fear, you're going to repeat some patterns that are ingrained in your mind. However, if you are conscious about that, you can choose differently. So instead of fear, right now in this moment, you can choose to be loving and kind to yourself, and you can shift into love and make decisions that serve you and those around you in a much better way. So, what do you choose? So here it is. These 3 journaling prompts for healing anxiety can be very useful when you feel anxious, when you feel the fear coming up, and you want to support this journey of yourself to taking yourself deeper, to getting aware of what is going on and to healing that anxiety. Because you don't need to judge yourself for feeling anxious. You don't need to feel guilty for feeling anxious. We're all going through our human experience, and anxiety is absolutely normal. And in order to navigate anxiety, you can really just sit down and look at it and be grateful for everything that it shows to you so that you can actually explore it and release it. So take the opportunity of any anxiety episode to make friends with these feelings and to understand it better and to understand yourself better, because once you sit down and start writing through your anxiety, then you will be able to see if there are any patterns that come up frequently, or if there is something else that is lying underneath that anxiety trigger. So don't be afraid of facing your feelings, facing your emotions and your anxious feelings, because this is really going to help you release that in the long term. And also in the short term, it will help you to come back to center and come back to the present moment, when you can shift your perspective to much positive feelings. I hope this process of 3 journaling prompts for healing anxiety is really helpful for you and that you find it very soothing. I want to hear from you. Please let me know in the comments below if this process is serving you, and let me know what other feelings get triggered for you, and if you'd like some journaling prompts to support your journey through navigating any negative emotions. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel and come back every Tuesday for fresh content. And until next time, don't forget to keep writing and stay impressive.